think so.
Diabetes. John has 26 candy bars. He eats 24. What does John have? Diabetes. John has diabetes. We hear jokes like this all the time, but how many people really know what it's like for someone's diabetes? I'm going to explain what goes through a diabetic's life on a daily basis and a little bit about the condition. I'm going to talk about one of the many types of diabetes, type 1. This is a condition that has been growing and gaining more recognition in recent years. But it still surprises me how little people actually know about the disease. Like, did you know it's not contagious or that it runs in families? Type 1 diabetes is an autoimmune disease, meaning that the person's own immune system has decided that certain cells in the body are a threat and attacks them until it's killed them all. In this case, the islets of Langerhans cells on the pancreas are attacked and killed. Stopping the production of the hormone insulin. There's no way to prevent this from happening, stop it, or reverse the damage that is done. Diabetes is a lifelong condition and it never goes away. It needs to be managed 24 hours. Once diagnosed with diabetes, the entire lifestyle has to be changed significantly. For starters, you have to check your blood glucose 4 or more times a day and keep it within a certain set of range. This is a lot harder than it sounds. Every little thing can affect a glucose level. High emotion of any kind, adrenaline rushes, exercise, stress levels all have an effect on your levels. There's also giving insulin. A diabetic needs to take insulin to manage their blood glucose and whenever they eat anything. A diabetic has to be careful what they eat. Gaining weight can have a negative effect on their glucose, and certain foods can cause their glucose to spike or drop. For instance, bananas have been reported by diabetics to spike their sugars. Doctors don't really know why. And pickles have been known to drop them. Every time a diabetic eats or drinks something, they have to take insulin according to their carbohydrate intake. People don't realize how many carbohydrates are in things. Some diabetics stop seeing food and start seeing units of insulin. For example, instead of seeing a cupcake, they see about 30 carbs, or roughly 5 units of insulin. They weigh whether or not eating the cupcake is worth taking that much insulin. Other things get frustrating as well, like when you're at a party or a restaurant and there's no diet pop to drink. A can of pop, on average, has about 45 carbs in it, which means quite a bit of insulin for just drinking one small can. The diabetic also has to live with many worries. Their glucose skyrocketing or them bottoming out, running out of insulin, losing insurance, or even passing it on to their children or grandchildren. Extreme high or low levels can cause hallucinations, comas, or even death. Possibly the scariest is when you have a low blood sugar in the middle of the night. You wake up not really knowing what's going on, just knowing that something's wrong. Having a high glucose level for an extended period of time can send you into DKA, meaning you might end up in an ICU unit for a week or more. The loss of insurance is a huge deal as well, because their insulin alone for the month can be over $300, and then they have pump supplies or syringes, other medications, as well as just normal day-to-day living expenses. So unless you're a billionaire, you can't be a diabetic without insurance. They have to worry about having enough insulin to get through the day, or if they're going on vacation, having enough to last. They have to worry about their kids inheriting the disease and having to go through everything they do. The last thing is accepting it. Accepting that this is how their life was going to be and it's never going to change. There's also limitations. Not many, but you won't find an active military personnel with diabetes or an astronaut. There's just too many risks involved in these fields, but a diabetic can do most things that a normal person can. As you can see, there's a lot more to a diabetic's life than you first initially thought. The altered lifestyle and everything they have to be aware of on a constant basis. They also have to put up with all the jokes from people who really don't understand what they're talking about. I hope that I've given you a little insight on a diabetic's life and that you've enjoyed my speech. Thank you for your attention and have a nice day. My sources are at Stanford Hospital Diabetic Educator, www.diabetesfrontier.us/case studies, www.childrensmn.org/services/care specialties department/diabetes endocrinology/conditions and services and personal experience.